All right, everyone. Hope you can all hear me. Welcome. This is week 3 of gentle stretching and mindfulness with Kristeen Sopeju. We are offering this for the town of Oakville. We're so glad that you are able to join us. I'm just going to share my screen here so you can see our intro deck. If this is your first time here, and I doubt that it is, because I know we have so many regulars who come to join us for Kristeen's classes, just a friendly reminder, my name is Daniel. I moderate some of our free virtual programs with the town. You can use your chat box to communicate with me or anyone else in the room that you may see and want to engage with. You can also private message me if you have some questions about maybe some service disruptions you're experiencing. Otherwise, we do ask you to keep yourself on mute. Kristeen's classes are very loose, so if you want to ask a question, you can take yourself on mute. Just make sure that if you're not speaking, it is on mute so there's not too much background noise. This is open to everyone in the community, so please respect one another and each other's perspectives, and feel free to invite a friend. We always love to see more faces here in any of our programs. And then finally, this program is being recorded. So what we do is after the session, I upload it to YouTube, and then people who maybe weren't able to join us at Thursday at 11:30 can do so on the Town of Oakville's YouTube page. But that's it from me. I will be participating in the class, and I'll pass it over to Kristeen, and she can lead us through today's gentle stretching and mindfulness activities. Thanks, Kristeen.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning. It's good to see you all. I'm going to switch so you can see me from the other view in a moment. It's going to be 19 degrees today, apparently, if you're in Oakville. I mean, I'm going to keep my fingers crossed at least, have the windows open. Can't really go anywhere, but we're here together, and that's all that matters. So thank you for joining. And here I go. I'm going to switch my screen and we're going to get started. Sit up nice and tall in your chair. And like magic, the camera switches over and here I am. So here we go today. Sitting up nice and tall with your feet nicely planted. Move any excess from underneath you. Make sure your sits bones are on your chair. Heels underneath your knees. It's the same process every week. Nice reminder to sit up tall, lengthening through the spine. I didn't show you what I was drinking, but I'm not getting up. So just know that it's all good. I just feel comfortable in my seat. Okay, so here we go. Move any excess and make sure your feet are planted heel to toe on the ground. My shoulders are relaxed. Lengthening means it's as if I'm growing through or lengthening through the crown of my head, reaching up, but yet my sits bones are really planted firmly on the chair. I do not feel like I'm going to fall. I feel very stable and relaxed. Take a breath in through the nose and sigh it out. Breathing in and out. Gentle breaths in and gentle breaths out. When you're ready, let's start. Bring your hands towards your heart space. Press your thumbs in nice and tight here. So I'm actually going to come a little closer because I want you to see this for a moment. You don't need to see my feet for this. Bring your thumbs right against your sternum or into your heart space. Press in, roll the shoulders back a little bit. It'll look a little like this, as if I'm sitting nice and tall. Breathe in, breathe out. When you're ready, inhale, breath nice and slowly. Press your fingertips into one another. So there's some resistance here. And take your hands up. Notice I'm not going too high. Exhale, breath as you lower down. 2 more times when you're ready. Inhale, press your fingertips into one another and your thumb. Nice exhale breath, lower down. You should feel this in your upper back. Moving at your own pace. Inhale breath. This time, take your palms all the way up. As far as is comfortable for you, look up at your thumbs. So you are arching your back a little bit. Exhale breath, bring your hands all the way down. As we get down, keep your palms together. Notice what I'm going to do next. Interlace the fingers. Push down. Inhale, breath, sweep up. palms are towards the ceiling. Exhale, round. So see what I'm doing now, round the spine as you drop your hands down. Inhale, breath. Take a look. My palms are still inside out. They're still interlaced. Reach up all the way. Look up. Take 2 breaths here. In and out. 1 more. Breath in and exhale, breath. Lower the hands down alongside the body. Nice. We keep moving here. Rotate the hands forward as if you're holding on to that ball. Now you get to decide if you want to really grip your ball or if you want it to be really relaxed. Breathe in and breathe out. My palms are at shoulder height. In breath and exhale. Lower the hands down. Reach for the back of your chair. Okay, so I'm reaching and holding on just behind me, or lean forward a little bit and place your palms on the base of the spine. So it would look like this. I'm still seated. So one or the two, hands on your chair or just transition to the base of the spine. Look up, just lift your head up, lift your chin up slightly, very slowly. Notice what happens to the side body, your obliques. Breathe in. And breathe out, opening up through the chest, in and out. Relax when you're ready, place your palms back down. That was a lot of work through the back and the shoulders. Take an inhale breath, breathe in and breathe out. Inhale breath, take your shoulders to your ears. Exhale breath, roll back. Let's do that again. Inhale, rotate up and then back. 1 more for good measure. So 3 or 4 times. And let go. When you're ready, move in the other direction. Now, you know that I like to ask you to take your arms with you if it feels good. Breathe in, breathe out, because then you get right through to the back. But if this doesn't feel good, don't lift up the arms. Breathe in and then breathe out as you lower the arms down. Breathe in. Breathe out. Lower your palms back down onto your thighs. Sit up nice and tall. Keep your feet down. Breathe in and breathe out. Inhale breath. Look towards the right. Exhale here. Let's stay here for 2 more breaths. Breathe in and out. 1 more breath when you're ready. And exhale. Inhale breath, let's take 1 breath. As you exhale, let's turn to the opposite direction. Stay here for 3 breaths. Breathe in and out. Breathe in. Slow down the exhale breath. Breathe out. Relax the shoulders while you're here as much as you can. 1 more breath. And release. Inhale breath, turn your gaze to neutral. Let's just lift our gaze up. Exhale, if you took that inhale breath, keep breathing in through the nose if you can. Exhale through the nose. Breathe in and breathe out. 1 more time. Nice. Take a new breath in. As you exhale, lower chin towards the chest. Don't force it. I'm just allowing my head just to fall forward to wherever is comfortable. I can feel it in the neck and the upper shoulders and the back. Breathe in here. Relax the shoulders on the exhale breath. Chin is still towards the chest. Breathe in and out. Can you lengthen the inhale breath? Take a long, slow breath. And exhale. Nice. When you're ready, come back to neutral position, lifting your head back up. Beautiful. Take a moment here, sitting. Inhale, breath, exhale. Nice. When you're ready, let's continue with the arms. We're going to lift up the hands and once again, push towards me. Inhale, breath. Exhale, lower down. Pretend you're pushing down. Push, push down. Nice. Release. Inhale, breath, lift up. Turn your palms towards me. You can stay here and exhale. Take another breath in whenever you're ready. Breathe in and exhale. Here we go. Push down. that's a little bit weird, that feeling, right? It might feel a little strange in your arms and your fingers. Shake it out. Inhale, breath, relax, release. Inhale, take your hands up to shoulder height. Palms up. Exhale, palms down. Let's do that 2 more times. Inhale, palms up to shoulder height. Exhale, lower down. I've spread my fingers really wide to activate my biceps, my triceps, I can feel it. Inhale, 1 more. Slow exhale and release. Here we go, rotate forward. Inhale, shoulder height. Exhale, lower down. We do that 2 more times. Inhale, shoulder height. Go as high as you like. Exhale, lower. I'm going to shoulder height for myself today. Inhale here. Exhale, lower down. And release. Let go, let go. Nice. Breathe in, breathe out. Okay, so let's go through some stretches that we've done before. Let's get ready, upper body still. So here we go. For those who can, inhale, reach your palms all the way up. Palms are facing up, reaching fingertips overhead. If you'd like to allow your palms to meet, great. If they don't meet, that's okay. Exhale, hinge. Keep your sits bones on your chair as you reach for your toes. If you have low blood pressure, keep your head higher than your heart. Breathe in. Breathe out, look forward. So if you're looking down, look 2 to 3 feet in front of you and then towards the tip of your nose. Breathe in, breathe out. 1 more, in and out. Nice. Inhale, breath. I'm going to slowly come up. Take my palms, reach them out to the sides again, reach all the way up. Fingertips meet, maybe, maybe not. You can either change and have them separate or together. Here we go. Exhale, breath. Slowly, with control, reaching for toes or maybe your shins. Not your knees. Don't put any pressure on your knees. But if you're reaching for your shins, then grab a hold. Now, lift up your gaze. Look upright, which means you're lengthening up here. Breathe in, breathe out. Slight arch in your back. Inhale, breath. Slow exhale. This is like a cat and cow almost. We're going to start that we're going to do now. Inhale, exhale. Now take a look. I'm going to turn to the side. This is where I was, right? I was here. Now I'm going to round my spine. Oh, push the back of your back to the back of your chair, right? Push your back to the back of the chair. And stay here. Breathe in, breathe out. The lower back should start to release. Nice. Inhale, breath, slowly rise up. Take your hand to the sides again. We continue all the way up. And then bring your hands all the way towards your heart space. And then plant your palms down. Nice work, okay? Beautiful work here. Beautiful, beautiful. Here we go. Okay, I'm going to sit back again. Hands to start for this are going to be either on your thighs or on your hips. I'm going to place my hands on my hips. Keep your feet planted, please. I want you to feel really stable. Make sure you're seated properly in your chair. Inhale, breath, exhale. Take your heart towards your right knee. Inhale, breath, come all the way up. Take your right shoulder towards the left. Exhale, breath. Inhale as you come up. Exhale, twist and lower a little bit. Inhale, come up, breathe in. Exhale, twist. You get to choose how far you lower. You don't have to go very far. 1 more time each side. Twist and up and lower and up. Whew, that was enough. Sit up nice and tall, breathe in, breathe out, leave the right hand where it is. Automatically, left hand rises up. Option 1, option 2, option 3. Lean to the side. If your sits bones are lifting up, if you're lifting up one side of the body, lower it down. Yes. Notice I don't have to go very far to feel this stretch. Breathe in, breathe out. And even if I'm here, still a beautiful stretch. Even if I'm here, Lovely stretch. One more breath here. Wherever your left hand is, let's place it on our hip or find your alternate position. Send the right hand up. Okay, so you can decide here where you want to place it. You don't actually have to put your hand on your hip. You can place it here as well. So lots of different options depending on where you are. If your sits bone's lifting up on this side, put it back down, fully planted. Here we go. Just breathe. No fast movements here. And then when you're ready, come back. Nice. Interlace your fingers, flip your palms inside out, sit back in your chair, push the back of your back, or the back to the back of your chair, or to the chair. Push your back into your chair. So your palms are reaching for me, but the back is reaching for the back of the chair because it'll give you a little bit of release through your tailbone area. Breathe in, breathe out. Shoulders will feel a little intense maybe. You can always lower your hands down. One more breath here and release. Since we're sitting back in our chairs, everyone, it's time for us to start lifting the legs up. You might as well move so that it makes sense based on where we are. So you're sitting back in your chair right now. Hold on, so you can hold on to, if you're in a wheelchair, have arms on your chair, or you want to hold on to your chair base, that's okay. Or you can place your hands on your thighs. And then when you're ready, let's extend our feet forward first. So sit back. Oh, that's a nice stretch. If you can reach your feet forward and then start, just lift one up at a time. You get a nice stretch here. You don't have to continue. You can stop. This feels really good just sitting here and just lengthening the legs. Sometimes if we're sitting a lot, we forget that we should probably lengthen those legs a bit. Breathe in, breathe out. Lift them up slightly, plant them both down, and then one at a time. Here we go, just so that I can know that you're good here. Little movements are also okay. If you feel like going a little faster with smaller movements or slower with bigger movements. Just see how you feel. And then when you're ready, here we go. Leave the left leg where it is. Bring the right leg back. Sit up where you are. So did you notice the difference there? Left leg is extended. Right heel is underneath the right knee. I'm going to place my hands on my thighs, hold onto my chair or onto the arm of the chair, and then I'm going to hinge. Oh, now watch my left foot. I'm now going to rotate here, toes towards the ceiling. Here I go, hold, breathe. This is a beautiful stretch for your calf or for your hamstring. I can put a bend as well in my left leg. So notice I can have it extended or have a little bit more of a bend. And take a look, it's all good. You get to decide how much or how little. Oh, that feels so good. I'm going to lift up on an inhale breath, exhale, come back to your normal pattern of breath, plant your left foot down, extend the right for me. First, I'm going to just put my entire foot down. Inhale breath. As I exhale, two things are happening. I'm hinging and I'm going to start to lift my toes up on that right side. Nice stretch here through the hamstring. Notice you can see there's still a bend on this side, so you don't have to worry about having your leg completely straight. I don't want you to lock your knee. I still have a nice bend in my knee and I'm still getting the stretch. I'm not rounding my spine. If it feels good, you can do that. I'm just reaching, hinging forward slightly. Breathe in. Breathe out. Nice slow movements, nice slow breathing here. Breathe in and out. One more. In and out. Feels good. Are you ready to come up? Breathe in and breathe out. Here we go. Plant that foot down. Oh, that feels good to sit up nice and tall here. Sit for a moment. Maybe turn your palms up. When your palms are down, there's an implication that we're still going to do a little bit of work. When your palms are out, it's just a posture of release, right? Letting go. Signals sometimes to the body that we're just We're just going to be for a moment. Notice what you feel in the body. Really important to tap into what you're feeling. Okay, great. Shake it out. So here we go. This is the part of the class I think I like the best. I have to be honest with you. I'm going to stand. If you feel like standing, for those who want to stand, if this feels good, oh my gosh, bend left and right. It's almost like you're dancing. So I'll show you from the side. I'm bending left and right. Make sure you feel comfortable doing this. And you know what? Take your time. So look at this. I can go really slow. Oh, my Siri just turned on my, or my Alexa just turned on. There we go. So I can go really slow. And then I can actually go a lot faster, right? So this is all up to you. Now this is the other one. Take a look at what I'm doing with my shoulders. I'm lifting up one and the other. Oh, and then to try and go the other direction is where I get stuck. Okay, so then whatever feels good, remember. So shake it out. Okay, I'm going to get you to sit down again. I just wanted you to shake it out a little bit. So I'm going to come forward first and do some stuff. I'm going to sit down and sit in front of you a little bit. And we're going to do some work with the neck and the shoulders, and then we'll go into standing at the very end. I already said if you see me looking to the side, it's because the way the system is set up today. So I'm looking at two different screens here. Okay, so let's start first of all with figuring out what is happening with our back, our shoulders. So upper back, our shoulders and our neck. And I've done this with you before where I ask you to bring your arms into like a robot. Fingers can go in any position they want as long as you feel comfortable. And all I want you to do first of all is really notice what's happening in your upper back and shoulders the moment you start to take your elbows back. Notice what's happening in your chest as well. So I can feel it right about here. And then when I start to bring my arms forward, I feel the release. Go or move as quickly or slowly as you'd like. I would prefer you move with your breath. So you're breathing in when you move in one direction, you breathe in when you move the other. I can feel the release when I bring my elbows forward. As you bring your elbows back, you are activating your shoulder blades, right? But then again, it's like a heart opener. Your heart is open. Notice what you feel on the left versus, or the right versus the left here. What is your back saying to you? Now this time as you take your elbows back, wherever you are, once you take your elbows back, look up, back of head, maybe reaching towards the back. Doesn't have to, you just look up just a little bit. That can be intense for many people. Now, bring your elbows forward for me, please, and lift your elbows to about shoulder height if you can. Lower is fine. But what I'm wanting you to do from here is to bring your palms and your elbows towards one another, and that activates the back. It actually opens up the back by moving the shoulders away from one another. Shoulder blades are away. Breathe in, breathe out. And then when you're ready, oh my goodness, breathe for a moment. Let that out. Okay, here we go. We're doing a little bit more. Take the right hand across the body, left hand cradles the right. Okay, I'm just locking it in a little bit. It doesn't have to go intense. It can actually just do, you can actually just do this. This is just as lovely, really lovely here. It'll feel, it actually feels comforting, to be quite honest with you, to do this as well. So whichever one you feel like is best for you. And then when you're ready, slow release, right? I can feel it already in my right side. I'm going to move in the opposite direction. So take my left hand across. My left hand is cradled in the right. Or, you know, you can just hold your arm here and breathe. And then you can decide how much you want to move that shoulder and nurture it a little bit, just giving it a little bit of a movement here. Nice. Okay. I did this in a class I did this morning already, and I'm going to do this with you. We're going to do 3-part breathing. I really want us to do this before we do our standing exercises. We really need to focus on the breath. I know that in general, there is a lot going on in community with having a new stay-at-home order so that we're all safe. So I want to make sure that whatever we might be feeling, it could be gratitude, it could be frustration, it could be anything. Breathing and breath work helps us to really navigate what is happening in the body. It keeps us alive, of course, right? It's the breath of life. So it's really good to see where the breath is in the body and where your breath might be getting stuck. I like to say the texture of your breath. You know that I say that a lot. We're starting with our hands down here, and this is an important practice at any time. So my fingertips are about my belly button, okay? I want you to relax your shoulders. My hands are lightly pressing into my belly, and I'm going to help myself along. So I am going to stand up for this to show you in just a moment. As I breathe in, my belly gets a little bit bigger because we are like a balloon. We fill up with breath, and the exhale, we release the breath. Help your belly along a little bit if your belly if you didn't feel it. Exhale, let go. So I'm going to stand and I'm going to turn towards the side. I have to adjust my pants. I know. Here we go. You have to excuse me for that, but I've got to. Okay, so here's my belly. And I'm going to fill it up with breath. Now my pants are like yoga pants, so they're holding my belly in. So, you know, it's not going to get too big, but this is where I need a bigger belly right now. So look at this. Okay, I'm expanding my belly a little bit. Over expanding it so that you can see. Inhale, breath. I breathe in. You know, it's a subtle movement, right? Very small. I want you to pay attention. So to your own body, not to me, to your own body, where you are really maybe closing your eyes. Maybe you've rounded a little bit, and that's okay. And I want you to breathe in and feel the breath. Feel the belly expand. Exhale, release. And if you can do that for me on your own for about 6 to 8 breaths, one breath is a beautiful inhale and a complete slowed exhale. Breathing in and out. Breath in and out. I'll be silent for the rest. I'll cue you on the last one. And when you're ready, take a beautiful breath in, sigh it out. Now, for the next one, it's 3 parts of a breath. So I really want you to be able to feel your ribs. But this is a really nice option for this breath, as opposed to trying this and it feels maybe uncomfortable in the shoulders. Reach your right hand towards the left side of your ribs here. And then here we go. Now, if that doesn't feel comfortable, it's like you're giving yourself a lower hug, right? Arms maybe resting on your belly. If you're doing this and it doesn't feel comfortable, just do one hand only. Or maybe you just want to place one hand on one side. Or of course, you can go for the traditional, which is to place your hands here on the ribs. I love this for today. Now I want you to breathe and I want you to connect to your breath. And I want you to feel your belly maybe pressing against your arms, your shoulders rise, exhale. You'll notice the release through the body. I'm breathing in and out through the nose. And then when you're ready, take a breath in, release your hands down, exhale breath, sigh it out. Now hands over the heart. So what we normally do at the end of class, we're doing now before we stand up, but that's okay. I want us to really figure out what's happening inside the body. And when I say what's happening inside the body, when we're talking about mindfulness in general, the breath is so important. Just breathing lets us know what's happening in the body. We can breathe and feel physical pain, but we can have an emotional reaction to something and we can feel it physically in the body. So breathe into the heart space, fill up the lungs, if you don't mind. Don't worry about the belly. The belly will naturally fill. Fill up the breath, fill up with breath, and then let go. If you feel like really falling into this and you really want to nurture yourself, feel free to do so. Some have one hand, some have two. Any variation of this is beautiful. Compassionate breaths here. It's okay to be frustrated or irritated or upset. Take a few breaths wherever you are. And then see if you can release a little bit and come to a place of compassion for self. And some gentle breaths with kindness. And then when you're ready, open your eyes and see how you are. Okay, great. Are we ready to stand now? Because I feel like we should stand. I'm going to turn on to the, so I can see the gallery view, so I can see, or at least one person, so I can see and make sure that everyone's doing. If you're standing, stand. If you're not standing, it's okay. Okay, so I can see some people are sitting. Good. That's all I needed to see. If you want to sit, sitting is absolutely fantastic. There is no reason why you need to stand if you want to sit, okay? So if you're going to stand, I'm going to show standing first so I can get everyone standing. Whoops, my glasses. I can show everyone standing first. So if you're standing, you're going to hold on to the side of the chair or you're going to be behind your chair, either one, okay? So today I'm beside my chair, but I can be behind and be just as lovely. Make sure there's nothing around you. So I'm making sure that it's safe behind me and to the left and the right of me. Well, to the left of me, I have my chair. To start, and if you're seated, you can do the same thing. So to start, I'm going to place my hand on the chair. If you're seated, do the same thing. Take your foot to the right and plant it down if you're seated and bring it back. And if you're standing, do the same thing. If you're noticing that you're looking down, I want you, once you know you're stable, I want you to look up. Breathe in, breathe out. I want you to look up. The key here is to not look down, but to look straight ahead, as if you were going to walk straight ahead in a moment and you wanted to see if there were any obstacles. Breathe in, breathe out. Here we go. Breathe in and breathe out. Now, for the purpose of this class, I'm going to just move my chair or move to the other side of your chair, or if you're behind your chair, great. If you're seated, you know all you were doing was moving your foot to the side and bringing it back. No need to stand if you don't want to. Let's do the same thing. So first, if you look to make sure that you're stepping okay, then come back. But after that, step and come back, and step and come back. Try not to look down. Step and come back. Maybe one more. Step and come back. Beautiful. Now, we've been stepping back for like a warrior, kind of warrior one, or a walking posture, right? You don't have to do anything specific. Just make sure there's nothing around you. You can hold on with one hand or two hands, depending on how you feel. And if you're seated, you're doing the same thing. You're taking your right foot forward with a small step. Make sure there's nothing behind you. Step back. And then after that, you're not looking down anymore. Look forward and you're stepping. This is the thing here with your hips. My hips are straight. I know that naturally we sway when we walk, right? We sway our hips. but I want you to walk, just take a step forward and back. Forward and back. Then when you're moving, whatever leg, even if you're sitting, whatever leg that you've been moving forward, you're going to step it back and leave it there. Now, notice I look like I'm walking. My hips are in the same direction, but if you're used to doing, for those of you who are used to doing yoga, you would know that this looks like a similar to a warrior one. I don't want you leaning forward towards your chair. So if you notice that you're leaning towards your chair, walk closer to your chair and take a step back. And notice now I'm holding on and I'm not leaning forward. I want you to get used to that feeling of standing upright. Really important. Now, if you're seated, everyone stay where you are if you're standing. All you've done is the same thing. You took a step forward and back and forward and back. Leave it here. You can reach your hands onto your thighs and just hold. There is pressure going into the feet, and that's what I want. Just a little teeny bit, nothing intense. You're just, it's as if you're sitting. Now, for those of you who are standing, here we are, okay? I want you to let me know if you can lift up left hand and keep the right hand down on your support system, or opposite hand. Or maybe you're just lifting your hand an inch above your chair. Okay, I really want you to focus on stability. Now, if you're not feeling stable enough to take your hands off your chair, here's the good news. I'm going to turn this way so you can get an idea. If I take a step out to the right with my right foot so that I'm on train tracks, so take a look. Okay, if I just take a step out to the right, I'm on train tracks. 2 separate train tracks here, and that'll make me feel more stable. Now, for those of you who want to, here we go. Both hands reaching forward. I'm not going to get you to take your hands up. Make a robot instead and take your hands back and look forward. If you need to keep one hand on the chair or on a wall, that's okay. Breathe in, breathe out. Keep your hands in your robot. You could switch hands as well if you feel as though it feels better with one or the other. I'm going to hold here. I know this may not seem like a lot, but lift your chin up and look straight ahead. Breathe in and breathe out. For those who want to, lower the hands down and take a look. I'm reaching my hands to the base of my spine. When you're ready, bring your hands back, step forward. Now, shake it out if you're standing. If you were sitting, you should have been able to follow. Your foot was moving back and forward, right? You were here leaning forward. When we placed our hands back, you would have been able to still place your hands back. You still would have been able to reach your hands forward, okay? All of this can still be done if you're seated. Okay, let's move on to the other side. So I'm going to turn in this direction now and just stay here. And I'm going to use only my hand on one side of the chair. For anyone who wants to not have both hands, you can. For anyone who wants both hands, you can do that too. So now, I believe it was my right foot I started with. This time it's my left foot. I'm going to take a step. This hand I'll place on my hip. Now I'm looking down. You can see that I look down. Now, once I feel comfortable, I'm going to look up and place my foot behind me and hold. Slight bend on the right side. This is a natural bend, so I'll turn to the side. This is a natural bend. When you're walking, we have a natural bend in our legs, right? If we take a step, one leg will be straighter than the other, okay? And that's what I want you to see. There's nothing abnormal about this. But what I want you to do is make sure your hips are straight. So if you need to practice again, did you open up to the side when you walked, or were you able to keep your hips straight? Plant that leg down behind you. Let's do this. Take one hand and leave it on the chair, or both hands maybe off the chair and coming into that robot. I can have one hand on the chair here and it's totally fine. If you feel like you're wobbling, So I'll show you. If you're holding onto a chair and you feel like you're wobbling, all you have to do is take your other foot out to the side a little bit and you will feel better. If you're seated, you should still be able to put your arms back into that robot with one foot behind you. Okay. This is for balance, stability. We're just doing a stability practice today, and we're almost done. When you're ready, drop your hands down behind you, interlace your fingers, or just reach for the base of your spine. If you're seated, just reach for your back, roll the shoulders back. Now everybody look straight ahead or up. And release and let go. Shake it out, everybody. I'm looking at the time still to make sure that we're good. Good, we are. Shake it out. Okay, so let's do one more thing. We're going to do a 3-point. If you're seated, you can do this with me. I'm going to do it from behind the chair, beside the chair, it doesn't matter. 3 points. Step forward, take your foot to the side, and take it to the back. Step forward, to the side, and to the back. Forward, side, and back. Don't look down. Once you've got it forward, pretend you're walking. It's okay to put some weight into the moving leg. When you move and you plant your foot down, I'm straightening the opposite leg. So I'm going to show you now from the side. Here we go. Forward, side, this leg is still straight, right back. Forward, don't look down, side, and back. Forward, side, and back. Now step both feet together. I look down for a moment, that's okay. I'm going to move my chair to the other side. We have to do the other side. So just maneuver in your little space that you've made for yourself for this. And here we go. Forward, side, and back. Where do you feel unstable? Figure it out. Breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. You're just tapping that foot down. A little bit of, very little, but a little bit of hip movement only when we take it to the side, actually. How do your hips feel? Oops, I mixed myself up. Now I'm going backwards. That's okay. And then stop. Bring your feet together. You can still hold on. If your feet are in a V pattern, bring your big toes closer together than your heels. Really plant your feet down. So lift up your toes a little bit. Plant your feet down. Put a slight bend in your knees. Okay, you can still hold on. Make sure you feel stable and stand. One hand on my belly, the other hand on my pelvis. I'm just going to bring my pelvis forward so I release the lower back and hold here and breathe. If you need a slight bend in your knees, do so. Don't look down, look up. And then shake it out and sit down. That's it. That was it. Okay. Thank you, May. Thank you. Thank you. So we're done for today. We're all completed. That was it. That's all I wanted for us. We worked on a little bit of stability. I hope that was okay. When I know I work with certain people with stability, then I feel better doing standing practices because I can get an idea from who I'm seeing and what's happening. And plus, working on stability and mobility with these small movements is good for everybody. So happy Thursday. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you so much, Kristeen. Happy Thursday, everyone.
Thank you.
Have a lovely weekend, Kristeen, and thanks again. We'll see you next week.
Thank you, everyone. Bye, Catherine, Nancy, Judy, Mrs. Torcado, Louise, Kimberly, and I know May said goodbye. Thank you all.